Ladies and gentlemen, the heckling, hands of rejection in William Ruto's rally in his own backyard, it is not something to just assume. And that must be a strong signal to the William Ruto's UDA team that something is wrong somewhere. William Ruto did not need any form of mobilization to have people who are going to cheer him in his own backyard. Because this is a place where he comes from, people speaking the same local language with him, and people experiencing the problems that he is much aware of. But still, when he's present there, they are all raising hands of rejection, heckling the president and his team. And that is not something William Ruto should ignore. If it could have been in Murang'a, I'm telling you that one could have been understood, because right now we understand there's a lot of tension. If it could have been Nyeri, Kisii, Mombasa, Nairobi, we could have understood. But Kericho and Bomet, that is not normal. For those who thought it was just Kericho alone, let me show you the clip of Bomet.
Please. Mimi nataka niwaambie hivi. Mambo hii, kulete mambo hii kwa mkutano mimi sitaki. Ose biju? Ogaso. Okwe picho kwe viongozi hiju. Nyinyi ndio mnapanga MCA, ni kweli ama si kweli? Nyinyi ndio mnapanga mjumbe, ni kweli ama si kweli? Nyinyi ndio mnapanga senator, ni kweli ama si kweli? Hata huyu governor si mnapanga? Nyinyi, mimi nataka niwaambie, nyinyi mtulize maneno. Mkuwe ni watu wa kusoma barua ikiwa ndani ya bahasha. Kama kuna mtu hajafanya kazi, mngojee siku ya uchaguzi, mtamalizana na yeye. Lakini kwa sasa tuko na mkutano, gavana ongea.
Asante rais. Ambacho nafasi ni rais ataje nenga. Ngoja yu umeza mruhusa simu. Na tuko na shukrani nyingi kwa sababu umetupatia heshima, umetutembelea.
That is an indication that things are not good at the South Rift. Ladies and gentlemen, first, let me take you through that environment. The president was accompanied by the governors of those two counties. In Kericho County, he had the governor Kimtai. And in Bomet, he had Governor Barichok. These two leaders, as we speak today, they also rejected when they were given a mic to speak. And even when they tried to say anything good to the president, still the people were raising their hands of rejection that we don't want to hear you speak. In these particular two scenarios, there are two things I noted. One, it is that there's a lot of disrespect now that has come up because of the way leaders conduct themselves. And the disrespect is not limited to governors. It has extended to President William Ruto. In Bomet County, he took time to tell the people there that now, ikifika kwa ballot, mtapiga kura, kama kiongozi hajafanya kazi, hataenda nyumbani. But kwa saa hii, mpe governor nafasi aongee. Akampea microphone. But after giving him the microphone, still the people went ahead to disobey the president and continue rejecting the governor. So shameful. So the president was so ashamed in that particular scenario, to an extent that I have to really admit that this was not just intended for the governor alone. It was a message also being passed straight to the president directly from the people, that things at the grassroots are not good. In Kericho County, the same thing was repeated. When the president, even the governor, actually tried to cool down the crowd, it did not work. Ladies and gentlemen, the scenarios in Bomet and Kericho are very significant. And on this particular video, I want to take you through step by step on what I think are the reasons as to why the president faced such kind of humiliation in his own backyard. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take time to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. My number is always here. For those who want to engage me in one way or the other, feel free to do so. For those who want to support the channel, also you can kindly go ahead and support the channel. Thank you so much. Let me dive into the topic today. Ladies and gentlemen, what is my reason number one as to why President William Ruto experienced that within his own base. Number one, it's the poor economic conditions in the country. As we speak today, people are crying all over, all the way from Marsabit to Malava, from Coast to Kisumu. People are complaining about the conditions, the economic conditions in the country. People are complaining that the cost of fuel is going up in each and every day. People are complaining that the cost of other products are also increasing daily. People are complaining that politicians are the only ones getting rich and rich every day. And now William Ruto, because of their ignorance, they're able to see such kind of a reaction directly from the people. So therefore, the major reasons why these people were definitely doing the way things they were doing them there, it's because they are dissatisfied by what the leadership of President William Ruto is doing. That's number one. Number two, I have to admit it here that it is because of poor performance by the local leaders. The expectation was that those leaders with the Ruto were able to perform, were supposed to perform more than even any other part of this country. But unfortunately, they are among the poorest performers in the current regime, especially the governors. And there are a few, of course, who do well. Like now, the governor Narok, he does a good job, and the governor of Murang'a. But the governor of Kericho and the governor of Bomet, they are not doing well. And that is why they were rejected. Let me give an example of Barichok. Barichok has even been arrested by DCI and even ESCC people. And the people there are complaining of lack of water, lack of roads, lack of ECD schools. You wonder, where do they take the money they receive from the national government? This poor performance develops some anger within Kenyans, which is eventually seen in the presence of the leader, of the president. That is very unfortunate. So therefore, the disappointment of the people of Kenya by the governors is also projected to President William Ruto, because someone under UDA should be emulating what other good governors are doing and do much better to at least make the ground for President William Ruto favorable. That is number one. I also feel that also, if the governor performs well, his presence alone can be able to be a reason as to why the president can get cheers without mobilizing. Because honestly, I don't think that President William Ruto needed to mobilize people, get people paid to go and cheer him for him to land in Bomet and Kericho County. No, this is his home. He should have understood the things the people are experiencing there, fix them. Whenever he goes there, people are celebrating. Now, number 3, ladies and gentlemen, it is Ruto's poor development record within the South Rift. I'm talking about Kericho, Bomet, and even Narok. There are some areas we expect the president to visit and develop. And these are some of the areas. But so far, there's no major project that has been taken there. And the people are feeling like, no, our president has ignored us, neglected us, is not even achieving the expectations, even if it's 20%, even if it's 20% of what they had expected of him. So such kind of poor performance, such kind of poor record can also result to such kind of heckling that we saw the president was experiencing right in his backyard. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing that I have to say here, it's of course ignorance. Ignorance in the sense that if a leader is from the UDA side and is not performing at the grassroots, you've seen all over on social media. What is the problem that the president cannot call him and tell him that, Barichok, go and stop this nonsense and work for the people of Bomet? Instead, the president is quiet until he comes to the ground again to see from the people. In fact, wait for some time. You will not see any action being taken against the governor. Instead, it will be the same person, bring the same heckling, or else he has to be used to get people paid so that they can attend the president's forum. Very unfortunate. Also, it is ignorance in the sense that, assuming the president comes from that region, he knows most of the problems that those people experience. If it is water in Bomet, he knows it's a big problem. But still, the president could not take it upon himself, say that this is my people, we speak the same local dialect, let me get there and ensure that things have worked. Instead, he just assumes. That ignorance is one of the causes of the behavior we saw by the people of Bomet and Kericho County. Last but not least, I'm feeling strongly that the politics of Kenya have changed. That kind of worship where so long as you're my leader, you come, you're cheered, there are no corrections, so long as you have said it, you are the president, when you're president, no, everyone should be in fear, conform to your way of operation. Those things have changed, and right now, Kenyans are focused on seeing who's delivering services. That's what I'm saying in 2027, it's not going to be easy. I don't know what's your take, but in the comment section, you can share with me, and kindly feel free to do so, because that's how I get to learn what people are saying, what people are feeling, what do they want. Don't forget to tell me where you're watching the video from. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mukwa.